Hi everyone, it's Paddy here from arithmetichub.com, thanking you for choosing this video, but reminding you that whilst this is one method to solve questions like this, it's not the only method. With that being said, let's explore this concept a little bit further. Hi everyone, so today we're going to have a look at the part-whole model. The first one was called the part-whole model, this one we're calling the part-whole model. That's boring, don't need to do it. Hi everyone, so today we're going to have a look at a different version of the part-whole model. We've got three parts in the name here because there's three parts in the question. The first one was called the part-whole model. This one I'd call the part-whole model to remind us that there are three parts in this, okay? Three parts and a whole. So, very similar to the part-whole model method that you may already have seen. If not, maybe have a look at that video first. But let's have a look at this one. So there's a little bit of added difficulty with this because again sometimes you could get a bit confused about what's a part and what's a whole. So to start with, let's have a look at our method. So the method says what's important to know for these types of calculations is a part, add a part, add a part is going to give you a whole. So a part, add a part, add a part is going to give you a whole. Similar to how when you've got a part is a whole, three parts would make a whole for these types of questions. Again, we've got a whole, take away a part is going to give you a part, okay? So if you're looking to find these, then it's still exactly the same thing. If you're doing an addition, you add all of your parts together to find your whole. If you're doing a subtraction, you start with the whole and you take parts away to find the other parts, okay? Second part of this method says we need to annotate the questions with P's and Q's, okay? So, for example, I've done a really simple version over here. If you were to have this simple addition where you've got 2 add 3 is going to give you 1, then it would be part, your 2 would be a part, your 3 would be a part, your other 3 would be a part, and then your answer would make the whole. So, 2 add 3 would give you 5, add the 3 is going to give you a whole of 8, okay? Again over here, if we've got a subtraction like this, we would have a whole, take away a part is going to give you a part. So we start with our whole, if you take 1 away and you take 2 away from that, then you will get your last part. So we start with our whole of 5 take away 1 is going to give us 4 take away 2 is going to give us 2, so our answer would be 2 and another of our parts would be 2. Okay, so let's have a look at this question. So, what we need to do first is we need to see what we are looking for. So what we're looking for here is we are looking to find the whole, aren't we? Because it's an addition, so we've got three parts. So what we need to do is we need to annotate the question with P's and Q's. So we know 562 is going to be a part, 741 is going to be a part, 1863 is going to be a part, and then when we add them all together, we are going to get our answer or our whole, okay? So we add all these parts together to get our whole. Now I've drawn a bar model over here. Again, we've said you don't need to draw a bar model. This might just help you to be able to visualise it and understand it a little bit better. So we're going to put our parts in. Now we know the parts go at the bottom over here. So we've got 562, 741 and 1863, and our whole would be at the top there. So let's annotate on with this box as well. So we've got part, a part, a part and a whole on our bar model there, and the whole is what it is that we are looking for. Okay, so when we are doing this, what I wouldn't do is I wouldn't just set this up into a three-way sort of column addition. What I would do is I would do one addition first and then I would add the next part. So I'd add two parts up first and then I would add the next part together, okay? So I'd start by doing 562 add 741. Gonna redo this 4 because it's tiny there, okay? So we're starting our 1's column, 2 add 1 is going to give me 3, 6 add 4 is going to give me 10, 0 down, carry the 1, 5 add 2 is going to give me, 5 add 7 is going to give me 12, add the 1 is going to give me 13 for 1,303, okay? So we've now added our two parts together. Now, one thing we can do here with our bar model is we can say, right, well, if we add these two parts together, we know the total is going to give us 1,303. So what I could do is I could say, okay, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to say, actually, this part here is actually 1,303. And now it's just a case of adding the other two parts together, because now we just have this part here and this part here. We add the two parts to make a whole. Or you can add the three parts. You start off by just doing a part of a part there like that. Okay, so now I've got my 1,303. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the other part as well. So I would do 1,303 and I would add the second part. So I would do add 1,863. 3 add 3 is going to give me 6. 0 add 6 is going to give me 6. 3 add 8 is going to give me 11. 1 add 1 is going to give me 2. Add the 1 is going to give me 3. So my answer would be 3,166. 3,166 would be my whole. And again, what you can sort of do is you can check with the eye test, can't you? Does that make sense that it would be around 3,166 as the answer? Well, 500 and add 700 is going to give us 1,200. And then 1,800 added to that is going to give us about 3,000. We know we've got a little bit more to add to each of them. So yeah, around 3,166 probably sounds about right. Now let's move on to this question, okay, where we're doing the subtraction. So when we are doing this subtraction, what we would need to do is we would need to annotate the parts of the question as well, but it's a subtraction, so it's this type of method, isn't it? So we start with a whole, we take away a part, we take away another part, and that gets us to our final part. So we start by annotating the question with P's and W's, okay? So it's subtraction, so we start with a whole. Might be a bit easier to see if I put it in blue. Okay, so we start with a whole, we take away a part, we take away another part, and that's going to give us our final part, okay? And again, we can put this into a bar model if it's going to help you to visualize it, okay? You don't need to do this, but I'm going to put it into a bar model to help you to visualize it. So we start with our whole 3,241. Then we've got our two parts that we know. Our first part that we know is 408. Our second part that we know is 973, but we don't know the final part. So let's annotate on the parts of the bar model. We have our whole, we have one part and another part, but we're missing this final part. And the way we find that is through our subtractions. So I'm going to start off with my whole and I'm going to take away 408. I'm just taking away one part first. I'm not doing three different things subtracted from each other. I'm just doing a normal column subtraction, okay? So I'm going to do 3,241. I'm going to subtract 408, okay? Starting my ones column, 1 subtract 8, I can't do, so I need to exchange. 4 becomes a 3, 1 becomes 11. 11 take away 8, I know it's going to give me 3. 3 take away 0 is 3. 2 take away 4 we can't do, so we exchange again. 12 take away 4 is going to give me 8, and then 2 take away nothing is going to give me 2. So at this point, I've got 2,833. So from my 2,833, I'm going to subtract my other part, okay, to find this missing part. So I'm now going to do 2,833, and I'm going to subtract 973 to find my final missing part. 3 take away 3 is going to give me 0. 3 take away 7 we can't do, so we need to exchange. 8 becomes 7, and then 3 becomes 13, okay? 13 take away 7 is going to give me 6. 7 take away 9 I also can't do, so I need to exchange again. Exchange from the 2 to make it 1. 17 take away 9 is going to give me 8, and then 1 take away nothing is going to give me 1, okay? So now I know what my final part is. So my final part is going to be 1,860. Okay, and let's just check that again with the eye test. Does that make sense? If I was to look at it, is it about right that this would work? So let's do the inverse, because adding is probably easier than subtracting. Around 400 add around 1,000 is going to give me 1,400. And add another 2,000 nearly is going to give me around 3,400, somewhere around there, but then we're taking more than that off, okay? 3,241, yeah, that could sort of make sense, okay? And what we could do if we wanted to is we could add them all together to check it. Now, You do not have to do this, but maybe I might do it just to check it again, okay? So what I would do is I would do 408 add 973, 408 add 973, 8 add 3 is going to give me 11, 0 add 7 is going to give me 7, add the 1 to give me 8, 4 add 9 is going to give me 13. And then what I would do is I would add my 1,381 to my 1,860. 1 add 0 is going to give me 1. 8 add 6 is going to give me 14. 8 add 3 is going to give me 11. Add the 1 is going to give me 12. 1 add 1 is 2. Add the 1 is going to give me 3. 3,241. So my whole would be 3,241. So now we've done it and we've checked it to check that it makes sense. Brilliant.
If you found this video useful, then I would massively appreciate you liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you want to explore more methods or practice using the method we've looked at here, why not check out the teacher videos at arithmetichub.com. Arithmetic Hub has videos just like this on different methods, specifically targeting areas needed in Key Stage 2. There you can practice one particular skill or generate your own sets of calculations designed to challenge your understanding of all the topics covered in Years 3 to 6.